Sister wives Robyn and Kody Brown drop polygamy bombshell. It looks like these days, less is more for former polygamist Kody Brown. The sister wives patriarch has revealed that he has no interest in returning to plural marriage, and his remaining wife Robyn Brown appears to be supporting his decision and standing by his side. It's good that Robyn is standing by him considering the havoc she's wreaked on the whole family. Kody is not free from guilt either, but with 3 divorces somehow connecting back to Robyn, it would be terrible if she decided to jump ship to. Will sister wives Kody and Robyn Brown return to polygamy? Hell no, he shared with Sukanya Suki Krishnan during the conclusion of the TLC Sister Wives Tell-All. And I'll tell you why, because we already failed. I would never try plural marriage again. In fact, he previously said that not only was he done, but he felt slapped by polygamy. I'm not interested in plural marriage anymore, Kody said. I don't want to pursue another woman because I don't want the headache. I'm not in that space. Still, despite the terrible ending, Kody shared that he had no regrets about his former lifestyle. I'm glad we had the experience, he shared. I'm glad I got all those children and I'm glad I've got this relationship. Meanwhile, Robyn said that things didn't pan out quite like she planned. I had a different plan for my life, she admitted. I was going to live in a plural marriage and I was going to be part of a big family. That's been taken away from me. Nevertheless, she said that Kody is enough for her and she's sticking with him and will continue to defend his character. At the end of the day, Robyn wouldn't trade her husband for anything. Sister Wives Tell-All host Suki Krishnan gives update on Kody Brown's relationships with his kids. Says she wants Kody and exes to film Tell-All together again. Sukanya Suki Krishnan, host of the Sister Wives Tell-Alls and One-on-Ones, appeared on a recent episode of the Sarah Fraser Show to share her thoughts on the Brown family as someone who has spent quite a lot of time with the individual family members through the last few years. As fans of Sister Wives know, Suki was brought on to host the Tell-Alls for the TLC series in 2022, right as Kody Brown's respective marriages to wives Christine, Janelle, and Meri were ending. While a lot of the focus in recent seasons has been on Kody's failed marriages and the relationship with his only remaining wife Robyn, Kody's estrangement from many of his children has also garnered a lot of screen time on the show. Despite this, the topic was not addressed on part 1 or 2 of the season 19 1-1-1. With part 3 and 4 of the One-on-One set to air beginning this Sunday, Suki proceeded to give fans an update this week on Kody's fractured relationships with his children, telling host Sarah Fraser that the father of 18 is working on it. That's probably not what fans want to hear, but I think he's doing the best he can and he's trying to find a place where he can meet his sons as men and his daughters as women and maybe and heal those wounds, she said. I mean, I think it's difficult. Some of the kids just don't want to deal with him at all, you know? They've kind of closed that door and he has to deal with that. But others have left the door wide open, so there is a possibility, she continued. Suki went on to point out that repairing fractured parent-child relationships takes time and that it's also necessary for the kids to want it, although she didn't reveal which, if any, of Kody's children are open to reconciling with their father at this time. Suki assured fans that the kids themselves are doing well. I mean, every time I talk to Janelle, Meri, or Christine, they tell me their kids are doing great and they're just on their own journeys and they're taking care of the Brown family grandbabies, she said, before praising the women in the Brown family in particular for being so invested in their grandchildren and their children. While the topic of Kody's estrangement from his children has yet to be discussed on the season 19 One-on-One, fans have seemingly grown accustomed to the format of these end of season wrap-ups. Viewers watched for years as Kody and his then 4 wives were interviewed as a group. However, the setting eventually changed to the current format, which has the host speaking to each of the 5 main cast members individually. When asked about the Brown family's decision to no longer sit down as a group for interviews, Suki boiled it down to the fact that Kody and co. just don't get along and no longer wish to sit down with each other in that sort of setting. That's something I proposed to them, she said, referring to the idea of bringing Kody, Robyn, Meri, Janelle, and Christine together to film tell-alls. I said, wouldn't it be great if all of you were able to sit together? That way you can all really listen to each other. But I don't think they're ready for that just yet. Later in the interview, Suki revealed that her goal is to eventually film an actual reunion with everyone sitting down together and in a good space with one another. Suki was also asked this week about Robyn's demeanor on the one-on-one thus far, which some viewers have found to be more reserved and far less emotional than in the past, largely due to Robyn responding to many of Suki's questions with, "I don't know. I think when you sit down at the one-on-one, they've just come to terms that everybody's splitting up and so Robyn's processing," Suki explained. So is she closed off? Yes. Is she angry? Yeah, probably. Is she tired of the judgment? Absolutely. It might come off as closed off, but I think it's just kind of like she's coming to terms that she is no longer in a polygamous family, which is something that she had always wanted. Suki continued, before going on to add that Robyn's demeanor may have been a result of her feeling a little slighted and a little cheated after seeing the family she always wanted, slowly kind of chipping away. Though Robyn may be unhappy with the way things have played out within the family, Suki insists that Robyn and Kody really do love each other and that this mutual love is something that the other sister wives noticed right away. Suki also revealed that she attempted to get Robyn to loosen up while filming the one-on-one, but claimed it's a very difficult thing to do when the other person isn't giving you much. Yuki later explained that Shadowson asked the cast questions about certain things that aren't discussed on the show because she believes many of these topics are off-limits. She did, however, confirm that she was aware of Robyn's massive doll collection. As for her thoughts on Kody, Suki insisted that, despite what many viewers believe, Kody is not a monster. A lot of people are like, he's a narcissistic freak. And they say these awful things about him, she said. Listen, I think the bottom line is he was very young. I feel like he was a very young person who started on this journey and who was trying to keep his family together at all costs. And he was trying to honor his commitment. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of emotional breakdowns. There's a lot of boundaries that were crossed on both sides, I think, she continued, assuring fans that she's neither supporting Kody nor aiming to be the other sister wife. During the interview, Suki described the Brown family as lovely people who are kind, generous, and hospitable, Kody included and Robyn included, she said. They're all really good people, Suki added, sister wives. Season 19 Tell-All Part 4 Biggest Bombshells. Just when you thought the Sister Wives Tell-All couldn't get any messier, Part 4 dropped like a Kody Brown ego bomb. From clapbacks to confessions to post-divorce bitterness, the final installment of Season 19's Tell-All confirmed one thing. This Brown family is done pretending everything's okay. With Christine Brown officially moved on, Janelle Brown finding her voice, and Meri Brown finally exiting the emotional waiting room, the Brown family dynamic is shattered. And what's left are the raw, unfiltered truths that have been simmering under the surface for years. David Woolley claps back at Kody Brown's polygamy take. It's official. David Woolley is my new favorite person. The man is not here for Kody's revisionist history. Christine's new man made his first real tell-all appearance count, and fans were living for it. When Kody tried to frame his failed marriages as proof that polygamy doesn't work, David stepped in with a calm but pointed reality check. David hit the nail on the head during his short interview, noting, Kody always wanted tension and fighting between the wives. That way, it always covered up what he was actually doing. If they were fighting amongst each other, Kody's behavior wasn't addressed. Christine's husband had deep thoughts about polygamy. He noted the men ruined them, absolutely ruined them. My older sisters ran from it. David noted he was nervous at first to date Christine due to her past, but then found his diamond in the rough.